Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today I'm ranking all of the palettes I used in the month of August. Somehow I was able to use 11 different palettes in the month, so we've got quite a few to go through. Some of these are new ones I've just tested for the first time in this past month. Some of them are old ones that have been in my collection a really long time, and this is just a way to kind of revisit my collection and show you guys if I think the new stacks up with the old favorites. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload videos 2 times a week and it's totally free to subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to rank these from my least favorite to my favorite of all of the palettes I used in August. If there's any of these that I have other videos with on my channel, I'll link them in the cards or down in the description if I run out of room. First up though, in 11th place, the lowest, is the Gogh palette. When I did my ranking of Adept palettes, this was lowest as well, so that shouldn't be super surprising if you saw that video. And it's really truly just a color story thing. There's nothing wrong with it, but like it's just not a cohesive thing. I struggle even using this as a companion palette to find like other things to pull in. Probably like the neutrals are the most used in this one, like ACI 32 and ACI 26. Be these two, this one, and this one are probably the most used in this palette. I have not even touched these mattes. A hot pink eyeshadow is just not something I really go for these days. Maybe I'll get a little more use out of deep green as we get more into fall, but we've got like multiple kind of bluey silver shades, which I don't go for a lot, maybe in winter. But yeah, I got this because it was limited edition and I love Adept Cosmetics shimmer formula, but in retrospect, like I just have not gotten use out of it. So I may be playing with it more in the future just to try to get creative and figure out how I can get some use out of it. Number 10 is one of my TJ Maxx finds, and this is from Dragon Beauty. It is the Live Your Volume 1 Fantasy, I think is the name of the palette. And it's fine. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm certainly glad I did not pay what they sell it for on the site. Like, it's like brown and purple, right? That's what it is. And it was fine. The shimmer formula wasn't knock my socks off, nor really was the matte, but it was fine. It worked well. Like, I'm not mad I have it, but I probably would be mad if I paid, gee, I don't know. I don't know if it was $20 or $30 they were asking on their site for. I paid $6.99. It's fantastic for $6.99. I would feel ripped off if I paid $20 or $30 for this and got it. So that's why I ranked it a little bit lower, just because I'm like, I mean, I got a deal, but like, I don't know. So it's just not as good of a formula as some of the other ones I did this month, but it's not bad either. And number 9 from Melt Cosmetics is the Blueprint palette. Now, this is one that I got in a mystery box. I never even intended on buying it. I have reached for it a lot for both the browns, and this lightest blue has like kind of like an iridescent blue. I like that in the inner corner a lot, I have found. And I have used this matte navy blue dim out for like a navy liner. So this one's just a little lower because I don't really do, it's like the Gogh palette, I don't really do looks with it by itself. It has to be in conjunction with something else. I really never do a look just with this palette. I have, I think, once before, and I like it. The quality is really nice, and I'm actually glad I have it. It's a really cool feeling, kind of like matte outside, and I really like how the packaging looks on this, but I don't use it as a standalone palette, and I don't like it as much as the other palettes I used this month. In number 8 from BH Cosmetics is the Weekend Vibes Avocado Toast palette. Yeah, I hadn't dipped into this one in a while, so I was like, you know, let me find something cute and neutral. And there's a lot of like nice green looks if you like green eyeshadow, but it's not just green eyeshadow. So when I use this, I actually used it when I was at a bachelorette party weekend. I used kind of these like darker vampy tones because we were, you know, going out type situation, and it has some nice deep dark shimmers if you need something a little smokier. But I do like this because it's very like wearable. There's more like light tones, I feel like, on this half of the palette, and then over here is more of your deeper, darker shadows. So I did like the variety this palette has. Even though it's the same like look as the Blueberry Muffin, and I think it's like the same series as in the Blueberry Muffin palette, I don't think this one's quite as impressive, just because some of them in the Blueberry Muffin palette, like the shimmer specifically, they're a little shifty. Like they have a little bit of a duochrome shift that these shimmers don't have. So this one's a little lower for that. It's not bad. not as good as the others I tried this month. Number 7 is the ColourPop It's My Pleasure palette. This one I used in my recent drugstore video and remembered how much I really do like this one. It's very purple slash lilac pinky. I love purple and green eyeshadow. They're my two favorite colors to wear. And yeah, the quality is really nice on this. ColourPop's actually having a 30% off site-wide sale right now. So some of these little 9 pans are only like $9 right now, like $1 a shadow. So if you're interested, might be the time to check it out. This is one of the first palettes I ever got from ColourPop. And the pans last forever, you guys. Like, I've barely made some little dips in this, and I have had it a long time and used it a lot of times, but I still really enjoy this one. It still really holds up even though it's been out for a while. So I had to put it up there because I really enjoyed it and have gone back to it since filming that video. Number 6, speaking of, we mentioned this just a few minutes ago, is the BH Blueberry Muffin Palette. Oh, Blueberry Muffin Palettes. How I love you. This one I just wore for work randomly one day because I was like, you know, that one is a good palette. Let me pull that out again. And I always forget and think this one is a deep brown. It's not. It's like a deep burgundy plum. And I did a wing liner with it and was like, why does this look purple? Is the brown fading? Nope, it's actually like a deep plum burgundy. But this is the one I was talking about where the shimmers are more like duochromy. This Yummy shade is really nice and sugared, I've said before, but I'll say it again, makes a wonderful blinding inner corner or even a face highlight. It's so good. This is definitely my favorite BH cosmetic palette of all time. So if you can snag this one ever, I would. Number 5 from Adept Cosmetics is the Mnet New palette. After I made my ranking video, this is the one that I didn't put away. I kept using it because it does have more like grungy stuff, and I've been like feeling a little like, hey, fall's coming. I want to kind of grasp some of these, even though this is an August ranking video, I know, but towards the end of August I got the itch for fall a little bit. So I started pulling some of my more autumn vibes, grungy vibes. Did a lot with this one. Bastet right here, this one, that's one of my favorite shades. Oh, it's this cool like greeny orangey bronze, sparkly. It's very smooth though. It's not like the more flaky textured formula that they have. Hopefully you can see the difference between the two textures there on camera. But this one's really, really nice. And for mattes, ooh, I do really like Thoth and Horus, these two in this row. Those are really, really nice transition shades. So yeah, I've been loving this one a lot. I haven't done a whole lot with the more like purpley tones because there are a few in this one, so I'd love to play around with those maybe in the month of September. 4th place from Nomad Cosmetics is the Tokyo palette. So this one I use, like I did my favorites video, like my top 10 palettes in my entire collection video recently, and some of those didn't get put away because when I pulled them as my favorites, I was like, this is my favorite, I should be using it. I've been neglecting it. So this one was one I used after I did that video and was like, you know what? It's kind of pastel, it's summer, let's have a last huzzah before it gets to fall and winter time. These duochromes, I said it in that favorites video, but oh, they're just so lovely. And the cat embossing, you guys. I am a cat lady. If you don't know that, hi, I have 3 cats. I've loved cats my whole life. My fiance loves cats. My sister-in-law loves cats. I have a cousin that loves cats. It's a cat family over here, okay? So when this had little cute cat embossings on it, done. Say no more. I don't need to know anything else. This is so cute and the quality is so good. And for someone like me that's pretty fair, the pastel shades show up really well, and they're not like chalky and they don't dust away like some brands do. So highly recommend this one. It's still around and you can still get it even though it's been out for a while. In 3rd place is the palette that I did a first impressions on just this past month. This is from Makiage. It is their Kathleen Lights collaboration, the Disco Fox Pressed palette. Super cool holographic packaging. I've used this palette like every time there's been an elegant occasion for me. I feel like I keep having like palettes replace each other for this, right? Because for a while it was like Lunar Beauty, what's it called? Nude Prism. And then I got my hands on the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz, and that was the neutral go-to for a while. Now it's this one. So I have all three of those, so I have a lot of really glam neutral options now. Here's what it looks like if you haven't seen it. I've honestly just keep going back to the same shades in this one. I haven't really delved from the same shades. I've been using Later Days, Baby Cool, K Groovy, Super Freak, and the Copa, which let me just point out to you. So these two shimmers, these two mattes, and then this deeper like burgundy. Those have been like my go-tos. Ooh, and I forgot You're So Vain. This one for a shadow liner. That's what I've been going for. I still have yet to do like a peachy or purpley look with these shimmers, but they look amazing and I need to do that. So I don't see this one getting like put away, so to speak, next month either. Probably gonna have it out testing some more because it's really, really nice, you guys. And number 2 is another Nomad Cosmetics palette, and this is the Haunted Europe. Yes, it's getting to be fall time, everyone. I actually just saw they posted on their Instagram today, the day I'm filming this, that they are going to be soon doing 25% off on this palette, which if you forgot, like, look how cool this back and forth image is on the front. So cool. They've never done anything like this, and it's huge compared to their other palettes. It's so cool color story wise, and they have awesome little like tombstone and graveyard and bat and tree embossings on this one. Same brand as the Tokyo one. The embossings get me, the theming get me. And like I was saying, they just said they're gonna have 25% off of this palette, and they also said they are only gonna restock the palette one more time, and then she's gone. She's not coming back. They're gonna discontinue it. So here it is if you haven't seen it. So cool. We've got kind of like the warm tones over on this side, and then more like cooler tone options over on this side. So you get, I mean, really, there's enough shades in here. It's like 2 palettes worth, right? It's laid out pretty nicely, so it's not overwhelming. Like, there's little quads. Hopefully you can see throughout it that you can use pretty easily a little quad and get a nice look that goes together if you are not sure where to start. And it's got, wouldn't you know it, purples and greens. And I do love an orange and a brown and a gold moment in fall. Warm tones do really suit my brown eyes. So and like I said, just the embossings, like I'm looking at again, I forgot there was like spider webs and things in here too that look really, really cool. And Bloody Mary, a shimmery red. How many times do you get a shimmery red that actually looks really good? I do think their formula, their shimmers look better with a glitter primer underneath. Not gonna lie, they're not, you know, knock your socks off normally, but they pop and look a lot better with a glitter primer. So yeah, this one, I've been using her pretty frequently this month. And last but not least, my favorite palette out of all 11 that I was using this past month in the month of August is the You Beauty palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. This was another one that I started using again once I did my favorites video. It is gorgeous. When I used it this month, I was playing a little bit more with this matte red just because I don't usually do matte reds, and I really liked how it looked when I used that as like a deepening shade in the outer corner and paired with Chalkers, this purple. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything that was like red and purple together, and it looked really cool. And of course, you know, I had to do Flaming Gala in the inner corner because that is just a gorgeous, smooth multi-chrome, and as a highlighter as well. So good. You can't get this one right now, but I have heard her say on her Instagram or seen her, you know, post about bringing it back in the future. So keep your eyes peeled on their socials for this one. That's all, you guys, for today. Those are all the palettes I ranked. What do you think? Would you have ranked them differently? What were your favorite palettes that you used this month? I'm already keeping track of, I think I've got 3 so far because it's September 3rd when I'm filming this, and I've used 3 different palettes for the 3 different days already. So I'm already starting my list for next month. And yeah, that's all from me today, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!